It's all I wanna do, so won't you dance? I'm standing here with you, why won't you move? I'll get inside your groove, cause I'm on fire, 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 fire. It hurts when you get too close, but baby it hurts. If love is really good, you just want more. Even if it throws you to the fire, 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 fire. All the lovers that have gone before, they don't compare to you. Don't be frightened, just give me a...
Hey guys, Tom here. How's everybody doing tonight? So, the Armani Prive Collection. The difficult thing about the exclusive end or the higher end of the designer line fragrances, when you get into like the Dior Prive Collection, Bois d'Argent, or the Armani Prives, the higher end Armanis. I'm going to butcher all of these French names, but Figuier Eden, Bois d'Argent, all of those. The hard thing is they're exclusive, they're higher end, but it's difficult because they're hard to find, number one, and number two, hard to find samples of. So with this line, the Prives, they are available at Armani Beauty in Las Vegas, and that's the only outlet here in the United States that I am aware of where you can purchase them. I purchased mine, sales associates and staff extremely friendly, beautiful boxing and packaging, but again, difficult to obtain samples of and difficult to find. Okay, so be prepared because I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna butcher the French names of all of these. But under the umbrella Armani Prive, there are several different sub-collections, I guess you would say. There's Low, which the Figuier Eden belongs to, and those include Rose Alexandria, Vetiver Babylon, Orange Alhambra, and Cedra Olympe. Then you have these in this collection retail for around $115. Like I said, Prive Collection, the higher end designers like this one and like the Dior, hard to find information on. I even had trouble finding out retail prices on some of them. Then after Low, you have what's called just La Collection, and those, from what I could tell, retail anywhere from around $215 to $225. It includes Eau de Jade, Pierre de Lune, Eclat de Jasmine, Bois d'Encens, and Ambre Soie. Then you have La Collection de Mille et une Nuit, and Rose de Arabie, Ambre Orient, and Kiel Noir are the three that are in that one. And then you have a new one, sits on its own. It's called La Femme Nacre, and that is an Iris Musk combination, a limited edition of 1,000, and the label on that one, which is here, is Genuine Mother of Pearl. They're each hand limited edition numbers. Like I said, Iris Musk, which would be right up my alley, but the only place I could see where those were for sale on the internet to check prices was Selfridges London, and it went for like 500 euros. So price swing is huge on this line. So let's take a look at the presentation first. Incredible bottle. Armani Prive, Figuier Eden. Stone looking top. What would have really made this spectacular is this. If it were real stone, it's not. It's a plastic top. This is the 100 milliliter Eau de Toilette. Nice big bottle. I love the glass. Clean, elegant, simple. Depends upon the line that you're looking at, but the colors of the stone on the top vary. This is, like I said, is the 100 milliliter. It is not an eau de parfum, it's an eau de toilette. And it does wear like one. Incredible looking box as well. Just very elegant and simple. Armani Prive Figuier Eden 100 milliliter, 3.4 fluid ounce eau de toilette. And then, as you would expect from one of the higher end lines or higher end fragrances, it was beautifully packaged, beautifully boxed. It was from the Bellagio Armani Beauty store at the Bellagio in Vegas. They included this humongo, awesome looking envelope with it, and on the inside, an envelope, Giorgio Armani, and a card. I am glad we had what you were looking for. I will look forward to helping you in the future. So kind of cool. Handwritten note. Horrible glare, I know, sorry. And then on top of that, inside the envelope, another card with the sales associates information and business card on the inside with my receipt. So very nice touch, very personalized. Okay, so what are we looking at here as far as notes? The top is mandarin, bergamot, and red pepper, and then in the mid, tea, grass, and green fig. At the base, Moroccan iris and amber. So everybody knows I'm an iris freak. I hear the word iris, I go nuts. So that's why I purchased the fragrance to begin with. Let's give it a squirt. To be honest, I don't get a lot of the mandarin right off the bat. And when you first spray this, you get a real blast of sweetness, and it's strong when you first spray it. And initially, I was thinking, wow, this is not eau de toilette, it's eau de parfum concentration because of the strength. That doesn't last, however, and that's really the only issue I have with this is projection and longevity. I would say after about 2 hours, it dries down quite a bit and does not project that well. It's more of a skin scent and a more of a lighter scent, but very sweet right off the top. You get a little bit of the bergamot, and almost immediately I pick up on the tea and those green grass notes. So this is a fragrance, I would say, that's perfect for late spring all the way through mid to late summer. The grass and fig are the dominant notes here. It's a very sweet fragrance, and then when it dries down, there's a bit of the amber, but it's not that real resinous, strong amber. It's more of a sweetness, like a sweet caramel-y-like amber, and the iris. So we've talked about the different treatments of iris, and that's why I'm such a fan of iris, is because it can take so many different notes. There's like the buttery, like orris type iris note that you would see in some of the Xerjoffs, like Modoc. There's that stark, cold, almost carrot juice like iris that you see in an iris silver mist. And here, the treatment of iris is the powdery, semi-sweet iris. So we're looking at more of a fruity, green fig, floral, sweet, grassy type fragrance. It's lovely. I would say definitely squarely unisex, wearable by either a man or a woman. I would place it, like I said, in spring and summer. For the price, and for like a high-end designer / niche quality fragrance, I think the price is pretty competitive, pretty good for 100 milliliters compared to some of the other lines. Pretty well priced, but you're definitely not going to get the projection or longevity that you would if you're looking at one of the, like the Tom Ford Private Blends. it's just not that strong in terms of projection or longevity. So I got my sleeves rolled up here to give it another squirt, but what I did find interesting, and I had this on all day today, again I've been wearing it quite a bit in anticipation of this review. What I did find interesting is, like I said, it seemed to fade to a skin scent after maybe 2 to 4 hours. I could still smell it on myself, but sillage, I didn't feel it was that strong. Which is kind of oftentimes what you expect with a lighter springtime / summer fragrance. But, you know, I sprayed it at 7:30 this morning, and I was still at work at 6:15 this evening, and walked by someone, and they're like, wow, you smell really good. Have you had that on all day? And this was 8 or 9 hours later. You know, so that's the thing with your interpretation of projection and longevity and fragrance. How much of it is it really you and nose fatigue, and how much is, you know, how much is it not projecting? So who I was by, I got a compliment from at the end of the day when I thought that the fragrance had faded, you know, to the point where I was only smelling it. So and you can always, like I said, carry a pocket atomizer. I've said that in previous videos. Use an unscented moisturizer to help with projection. Spray it lightly on your shirt, definitely would help. But for the hot weather, this is an awesome, awesome fragrance. Okay, so what does this remind me of? For some reason, and I know this isn't a fig dominant fragrance, but it reminds me of Diptyque's Oyedo. It's the sweetness, I think, and the there's like a fizziness, a fizzy sweetness to Oyedo. Yuzu, citrus, summertime, very sweet. That kind of reminds me of this fig. I would say the fig has more of the musk woody notes. There's more subtlety with the Armani fig to me. You get that green fig, but then there's that light kind of ambery musk at the base of the fig, whereas the Oyedo is all out sweet fizziness with like I would say the mandarin orange note, and like that yuzu kind of grapefruit lime mix. There's not enough of the wood in the Oyedo to tame it that much, whereas with the Prive, with the Armani, the iris and amber at the base give it just enough of a powdery kind of woody hint that offset that green fig and keep it from being pushed over the top all the way into super sweetness. I enjoy the Oyedo just because it's like a fizzy citrus 7-Up kind of yuzu Japanese concoction is what it reminds me of, and it's so sweet and almost to the point where it's kind of funny. It's like a sherbet kind of orangey thing. And I like that about it, and super for summertime and more fun. Whereas this one, with the iris and the amber, giving that subtle muskiness to it, offsets the super sweet notes that it has. So I would say this is the more elegant of the two. With the Oyedo by Diptyque, this one is again the Eau de Toilette, so they're similar in concentration, but the 50 ml here is $58, whereas this one for the 100 retails at $115, so not a bad deal at all. Okay, so let's just try something here out of curiosity. I've got the Oyedo wow. I mean, like super sweet. This one, similar but a little bit more powdery, woody and musky. But again, sweet. I just wonder, so Oyedo, Prive, just see what happens here. It's kind of nice. It's nice because you get the powdery iris a little bit, and the fig with that citrus kind of yuzu thing going on. It's a great one for layering these two. Huh? Who would have thunk it? Yeah. So I think I'm gonna use plenty of this just because it's an easy to wear, versatile scent. I could see wearing it for dressy or casual occasions. I think it could be worn to work easily. It's definitely not offensive in any way. Or yeah, during the day, a casual day off. So that is Figuier Eden from the Armani Prive Collection. If you guys have tried this, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it or what your favorite fig fragrance is. So coming up next week, I've been very interested in the whole Arabian influence on perfumery through Amouage. We've looked at Opulent Shake Blue. I've got a fragrance by Parfums de Marly. Again, Arabian influence, house, Arabian ownership of the house, and we're going to be looking at Go Dolphin, a reminiscent of Tuscan leather with a little saffron added. Spectacular bottle. I don't think there are any reviews on this one yet, so that's coming up next week. Talk to you soon, guys. Have a good night.